Panthers win Game 3 tonight against the Toronto Maple Leafs. And to think, we still make history since years ago. I'm talking 27 years ago. Now to think that we were one game away of advancing to the Eastern Conference Finals. And to think, about a couple weeks ago, we were 1 minute away of getting eliminated in the first round exit against the Boston Bruins. 1 minute away. Now, we are one game away of advancing to the Eastern Conference Finals because Florida Panthers lead the series 3-0. And obviously, I am so excited about this. We want Florida. That's all. I'll just say it once. But this was not easy. Of course, every game is not easy. We start off with Sam Lafferty goal, which was something that just can't happen in the defensive line, especially in the middle of the ice. The offense pulled through, and then Toronto scores. Now, there have been a couple of chances for Florida, but as a result of it, Samsonov was good on ice. There was a situation where, actually quite a few situations, where the player went through the back of the net along with the goalie. Bobrovsky ran over through the back of the net, and so was Samsonov. But Samsonov was the one who actually got hurt. He got hurt, and I hope he's okay. It looked pretty nasty, though. I will say this with Toronto's case. It looked pretty bad. So that happened in the first period. And actually, it might have happened in the second period. So what happened was, after that incident, they had to pull him out, and they had to put in a new goalie named Joseph Woll. Joseph Woll comes in for the rest of the game against Florida, and Woll definitely had a rust in him because he hardly plays because Samsonov's always been better. And believe it or not, that's also the same goalie that we beat in the first rounder last season when he was with Washington. So, anyway, we were on a power play, and believe it or not, first game, we didn't even concede a penalty. The first game, we did not even concede a penalty. But we had a few penalties that only one of them we converted. And it was Anthony Duclair's beautiful stick work, and he puts it into the back of the net with a really nice style of hockey move. It was beautiful. It was beautiful goal by Anthony Duclair, and that ties the game up 1-1. And a little bit after, there was a situation where the defense kind of blew over, and it was not good. However, the big kicker here was the fact that there was a situation for Toronto that they actually scored a goal against us. Now, credit goes to Eric Gustafsson. I do apologize if I get the name wrong. I've been watching hockey for a few years, and I still can't get the names right. Isn't that sad? Yeah, it's pretty sad. Anyway, back to the goal. That shot, it looked like it was ricocheted towards the own goal. The reason why I said this, because that goal was shot by Gustafsson. Sorry. It looked like it would be an assisted pass, and Bob Bobrovsky was not only in the wrong way, but Mark Stahl, number 18 of the Florida Panthers, was right there, and it just had an unfortunate bounce from his stick to the back of the net, and oh boy, that was bad. That was bad, honestly. That I fear that would have killed the momentum of the game, to say the least, and we would blame it on Mark Stahl for having us go down 2-1 or be up 2-1 instead of 3-0. So thankfully that didn't happen. few minutes later, we had a one-timer, and it was ricocheted from Gudis and Mahura. Guess what? It was Swaggy. Carter Verhaeghe scoring to the back of the net from the right side, and we'd have a tie game, 2-2. Third period, there wasn't a lot of, actually no, there was so many opportunities from Florida to recapture the lead, or actually not recapture, to capture the lead, while Toronto had their heads back towards the wall. So there were a lot of situations like that. We actually had a few penalties. We actually started off with the power play. Really, the referees were actually leaving us alone for once. But that's not to say that the referees weren't consistent at all. Because at the end of the third period, Woll, the goalie for Toronto, looked like he tripped Bennett. And by rule, that should have been a penalty. That should have been a penalty for tripping. But no, there was no penalty. And I figured that would have dictated the game as well. Unfortunately for Toronto, it did not, because 3 minutes and 2 seconds into the overtime, a wraparound shot between the legs of Woll was Sam Reinhart. Ends it for Florida. We win this game 3-2 over Toronto Maple Leafs, and we have won 6 straight playoff games. That is a streak that we want to see. 2021, Montreal Canadiens won 7 straight. And you know where they ended up going? They ended up going to Stanley Cup. Granted, they lost the Stanley Cup, but that's something. That's something to keep an eye on for it. 2022, Colorado Avalanche won 7 straight playoff games. They made it to the Stanley Cup, and they won. The difference between Montreal and Colorado is that Colorado actually beat Tampa, and Montreal did not. There's a difference. And 2019 Boston Bruins won 8 straight playoff games, not 9, because that happened in 2019. So I got the numbers a little bit mixed up. So 8 straight games Boston won in 2019, and they made it to the Stanley Cup. You see what I'm getting at? We have won 6 straight. About going for the 7th on Wednesday. In each of those streaks, they end up going to the Stanley Cup. Now, this is the message to all the South Florida fans. This was a great weekend. Heat over Knicks, Panthers over Leafs, Inter Miami over Atlanta, Marlins escaping. However, I will also like to say this. It is fun. It is good to say that we have that pride of Florida Panthers fans for the first time in 2.5 decades. It's also nice to know that we're the only South team in the Southeast in Florida to go beyond. It is really nice to have that much momentum and that much energy and dedication to win these games and trying to make it through as the 8th seed, and we have something to prove. We have something to prove because last year we didn't do our jobs. This year we have some unfinished business. Now, with that being said, yes, it's awesome that we're up 3-0. But I will also like to say, history shows that that there is evidence that teams like San Jose Sharks who blew a 3-0 lead. Now, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but it does happen. What I'm really trying to say is this. We cannot get ahead of ourselves. We cannot be cocky. Because if we get cocky and we get ahead of ourselves and we're too arrogant, guess what's going to happen? It's going to come back to bite us, and it's going to come back to bite us in a big way. We cannot get ahead of ourselves. We need to stay patient. We need to have them play like we're still the under kittens or underdogs, where, as the old saying is, we need to be under kittens still, and we play like we have nothing to lose, like it's Game 7. So that's pretty much where I'm going with this. It's great. I'm excited. But we're still one game away. There's still one more game, at least one more game in this series, in this Toronto series. And we still got to take them seriously. It's what I'm trying to say here. They still have a chance to come back. We've proven we come back against the Boston Bruins of all teams. So if we can do that, other teams could do it too. That's really all I'm going to say right here. We cannot get ahead of ourselves, and we need to stay vigilant, focused, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, folks, go Panthers. We lead 3-0, and yeah. This is Miami TVG. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe, more content, because we have you back when we do. We'll be right there with you for the entertainment you deserve. Go Panthers. Tomorrow's the Heat and Knicks. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night, everybody.